Well, Jim Farley, Laurent Mekies, Ford Racing and Red Bull Racing. I mean, Jim, you are the CEO of Ford, full stop, but we're here in a racing context, and I know you're very much a racing man, but it's a race against the clock, if I don't mind telling both of you. 142 days as we speak now until the first test in Barcelona ahead of 2026. Together, you are building this new power unit for Red Bull. Do you feel the pressure? How much are you enjoying the challenge of it all, Jim?
Well, I think we fully understand not only what we're up against to support Laurent and the team, but we also understand the history of our company and our contribution in Formula One. And I certainly understand that personally. So, yes, and I think it won't be just the first race. It'll be many years to come. The pressure we'll feel every day, every week, as we work together closely. We know that's coming.
Yeah, well, I mean, Ford did define an era in Formula One racing, as you know very well too, Laurent. But how integrated are the two companies now? I know there are staff engineers who have come over to work in Milton Keynes. Is it really blending together well?
Look, it is. Yes, absolutely. It's more of that every single day that pass. We are working more and more together. The brainstorming becomes more intense. We find new area in which we can develop together, in which we can push each other. So it's exactly what we need, given the size of the challenge. And I'm sure, as Jim said, it's not only what it's separating us from now to the first day of test. It's after that we will continue to grow together. We'll continue to push each other, and I'm sure the collaborations will become stronger and stronger.
You've moved from being Ford Performance to Ford Racing.
Yes.
I've talked about you being a racing man. Is that partly because of this return to F1 you've embarked upon?
I think in part, we've always seen Formula One as the pinnacle of motorsports, but we're investing a lot in off-road, where I really want to win Dakar. It's very profitable for us, but we don't want to be just a marketing expense. That's not going to help him. Yeah. We want to develop vehicles from our experience from racing, and that's the ambition with Ford Racing.
Daniel Ricciardo is a new signing. Well, maybe Laurent can talk about whether he'll make any kind of return to F1 paddock, but why have you brought him in, Jim?
Well, I think, look, off-road is, there is no Porsche of off-road. And so that's what we want to be at Ford. Yeah. And Raptor's been a huge global success for us. So is Bronco in the U.S., and we want to build a global juggernaut in off-road enthusiast products. And Daniel is a unique person, we all know, but he also brings a real passion for off-road to a lot of mainstream customers who may not think about off-road. I talked to all the drivers today, all your drivers, and they all were like, can I get a Raptor R? There's something behind that. It's kind of exotic fruit.
He's a good guy to have around. I mean, it's nice that he's back in the extended family, if I can put it like that, Laurent. But could we see him back around this place in some capacity?
I think you are quoting the right word. It's a family feeling. To see Daniel getting back with Ford Racing as part as well of this adventure. It's a great feeling. I think it's one of the many examples in which we see how many connections points we have between our two companies, between the two projects. So it's very exciting. I'm sure everybody will love to see Daniel back in the paddock, and we are going to perhaps to have that sometimes thanks to Ford Racing.
Okay, well, people coming back, people going. Listen, Jim, there has been a change of leadership at Red Bull Racing. Yeah. You two seem to get on very well. Yes. How has that transition been, though?
Oh, I think it's great. I can feel it here. I came here because I'm a big believer as a leader to understand things with your eyes and your ears. And I can clearly see the impact Laurent has had on the stability of the team. He's a technical person, which is exactly right for this change in 2026. He's absolutely the right leader. We are completely behind him. And I can really feel it here with the team.
Yeah. Well, listen, Ford want to win. Red Bull have been winners, serial winners. Toto Wolff describing it as a mountain you're trying to climb by building this power unit without the history of doing so. Can you have any idea right now where you're at? No one really knows, but can you be respectable at the start of 2026, if I can put it like that?
That's a great question.
Thank you. I
You know,
don't do many.
No, but we like Toto's comments. You know, we think it is an Everest that we're trying to climb. It's very true, but it's a crazy project. It's a crazy challenge, and it fits so well with what Red Bull is, what Ford is, and that's exactly how we look at that challenge. You know, it's a massive. It's a massive undertaking to go into. No, we don't know where we are to compare to the competitions, and of course we are respectful enough of the competition to say if these guys have been doing it for 50 years, 60 years, 70 years, it's starting from zero, getting all our people, getting all the process right, all the infrastructure is going to take some time. But you know, we do it the Red Bull Ford way, and therefore we do it at top level in every area. We have incredibly good people that are starting to bond together within Oracle Red Bull Racing, with Ford Racing, and you know, it's going to be a journey, and it's not about who is going to be the best one in Barcelona in January, but it's about who will get the project right and who will develop the project right.
Yeah, I mean, it's Ford versus Ferrari versus Mercedes. Yeah. You want to win that contest eventually. Is it too big an ask to win it in the first year?
Well, it isn't our first rodeo.
No.
You know, we've been in Formula One for a while, and I think that's good. As Laurent said, you know, we're very humbled as a company. We're a humble company anyways, but these are the best technical people in the world in motorsports. And all I can say is we put our best effort in so far, and I just want to emphasize what he said, which is it's not just, you know, what we do in that first couple races. It's going to be how fast we react to what we learn about the chassis, about everything. Yeah. And we understand that at Ford. We have our best technical people. We have 180,000 employees. They all know this is a top effort in the company. And we are going to throw everything we have at this effort.
Yeah. Well, listen, talking of best in the world, I know you spent some time with Max Verstappen today. How desirable is it for you that Ford has a long association potentially with Max Verstappen?
Oh, I think this is one of the most important pillars or foundation for the PU's success. And talking to Max, you know, I think we at Ford have really have grown our respect for Max watching him this year. The way he has provided stability without drama in an environment where, you know, we're all just trying to do our jobs. And I could really see that in his eyes today versus last year. And I think it's one of the great things about Laurent and his team. They all have this deep commitment to each other.
Yeah. Is Max down at the powertrains building asking about numbers on a regular basis, Laurent? Listen, he will still be the best in the world even if he doesn't have a world title to his name next year. And I suppose it's incumbent on you to provide equipment to befit that talent. I suppose that's an extra little pressure for you.
Look, Max is doing a lot more than just asking for the numbers. You know, you will be surprised. You know, Max is giving so much to the projects also outside of the car. So he's not just asking the numbers. You know, he's testing the car in the simulators. He's working with engineers on both sides of the fence to understand how do we develop these 26 cars. Where do we try to get the power? Where do we try to get the downforce? That's how central to the project he is. So he certainly wants a fast car next year, and he's doing everything he can in the car and outside of the cars to help us giving him that.
Okay. Just to finish this and looking ahead to the future, because it is a bit of a topic at the moment, hybrid turbos versus V8s. I mean, the electrical component has been a strength of Ford recently, and I don't know whether that part of it still being part of F1 has encouraged you back, but where do you sit on that debate, Jim?
We've been number 2 in our home market to Tesla for 3 years now with EVs. But we also are number 3 in hybrid in the US, and hybrid growing around the world. We just launched our Transit electric lineup here in Europe. And I would say we're more and more interested in partial electrification. Pure electrification in the city or for commercial makes sense. But for us, E-Revs, performance hybrids, this is where our enthusiast brand is going. Yeah. We really believe in the combustion and the electric together, is a great combination, at least for the next couple of years. And that's exactly what it turned out that Formula One and the teams have picked. So we're very excited. Now, how much electric, how much combustion, how they work together, the drivability, for the driver, that all has to get worked out. But I think generally it's a great formula.
Well, listen, gentlemen, we're out of time, but that's for way ahead in the future. I'm fascinated to wonder how things will be in a year's time, but I do wish you all the best. It is great to have Ford back in Formula One, and it'll be great if Red Bull are still right up there at the front. And we wish you all the best in this endeavour. A tough mountain to climb, but you're well equipped to climb it, if I can put it that way. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.